This living girl was turned into a mummy, sealed inside an ice-cold stone coffin, buried deep underground for eternity. Until 1,000 years later, she was accidentally dug back up from beneath the earth. But the moment the coffin saw daylight again, a swarm of crows suddenly gathered all around it, letting out sharp, mournful cries, as if they were foretelling death itself. Drawn by the mysterious power inside the coffin, the crows followed the transport team in unison, circling around the helicopter the entire time. As the escort team moved farther away, the sky, which had been clear just moments ago, suddenly stirred into a rare sandstorm. Everyone felt that something was off, but no one had time to think too much about it. They only wanted to get the stone coffin onto the transport plane and leave as fast as possible before the approaching sandstorm swallowed them whole. But disaster came right behind it. Before the plane could even take off, the sandstorm came roaring in. Luckily, the transport plane lifted off successfully. At the exact moment it was about to be buried by the yellow sand and sped toward its planned destination. But was that really luck? Ever since the coffin was taken out of the tomb, everyone on the team seemed to be cursed. Will, the one closest to the coffin, had been bitten by a spider earlier inside the tomb. After that, something was clearly wrong with him. His eyes rolled upward uncontrollably, and he quickly lost consciousness. Nick didn't notice anything strange about Will. At that moment, he was fully focused on Jenny's translation of the writing on the coffin. Jenny began telling him about the past of the tomb's owner. It turns out that the one sealed inside was a princess named Amunet. While Nick was listening in fascination, he accidentally glanced at the eyes carved on the coffin, and in an instant, his mind was pulled into a strange hallucination.
C'était pas.
Nick was jolted awake by a strange noise. When he turned around, he saw black smoke coming from the plane. It was obvious something had gone wrong. They rushed into the cockpit to ask what was happening. Even the experienced captain had no idea. He couldn't understand why the plane had gone off course, and somehow ended up flying over England. Then the cockpit window was suddenly hit by a suicidal attack from the crows. The glass was instantly covered in spiderweb-like cracks. Before they could even send out a distress signal, a massive dark cloud suddenly surged up ahead of the plane.
What the hell is that?
Looking closer, it turned out to be an enormous flock made up of countless crows. The birds were charging straight at the plane at an unbelievable speed. The two pilots were killed instantly in their seats when the crows smashed into them. In this sudden attack, the C-130 Hercules transport plane immediately lost control, and the reason behind all of this was the mysterious stone coffin on board, a relic with a history of 5,000 years. The powerful airflow caused by the plane breaking apart sucked everyone in the cabin out into the sky. At the last possible second, Nick, in order to protect Jenny, didn't hesitate for even a moment. He put the only parachute on her, then yanked open the safety lock. Jenny was instantly pulled out of the aircraft, while he himself went down with the crashing plane and died in the wreck. Inside the dead-silent morgue, Nick suddenly sat upright. Struggling, he tore open the body bag and freed himself from it. After coming back to life, Nick stared at the corpses around him, his face filled with stunned disbelief and confusion.